Today, we're going to tell you about the man who discovered one of the most controversial and fascinating substances in the world, LSD. This isn't about partying or enlightenment in 10 minutes. This is the story of Albert Hofmann, the man who discovered LSD. Who was Albert Hofmann? Let's take a closer look at the most famous chemist. Born in Switzerland, Hofmann studied pharmacology at the University of Zurich, drawn by his love for biology and chemistry. After graduation, he joined the pharmaceutical company Sandoz to work on migraine drugs. Curious and ambitious, he turned his attention to ergot, a toxic grain fungus blamed for medieval outbreaks of hallucinations, psychosis, and even death. He wondered, what happens if you add chemistry to this nasty fungus? Something extraordinary happened. How he invented LSD. In 1938, while searching for a circulation drug, Hofmann synthesized lysergic acid diethylamide from ergot. He labeled it LSD-25, but found it unremarkable and shelved it. It had little effect on lab rats and was forgotten for 5 years. Perhaps the rats weren't in the mood for self-discovery. In April 1943, he revisited it and accidentally absorbed some through his skin. He later wrote of dizziness and restlessness, only then realized it was LSD. I was affected by a remarkable restlessness, combined with a slight dizziness. Reminder: your skin might be your first portal to another reality, especially if you're a chemist, without gloves. The Great Bicycle Ride of Consciousness. The day Hofmann discovered LSD for himself and for the world, again. This was the first intentional human use of LSD. Hofmann took 250 micrograms, thinking it was a small dose. Spoiler, it wasn't. Kind of like deciding to try spicy wings for the first time, only to find out you've just bitten a dragon on the tail. 40 minutes later, he realized he had done something truly monumental and terrifying and beautiful and unsettling all at once. With no cars due to wartime, he rode home on a bicycle with a colleague. This ride became legendary. He rode the bicycle. The world was changing. Buildings looked like something out of a Salvador Dali painting, and the air shimmered. Everything in my field of vision wavered and distorted as if it's seen in a curved mirror. Once home, the trip continued. He thought he'd gone insane or died. Even his housekeeper scared him. She appeared to me as a malevolent, insidious witch with a colored mask. He was drinking milk, believing that it was a universal antidote for poisoning. He checked his pulse obsessively and called a doctor. Diagnosis? Physically fine, just very dilated pupils. The body was fine. The mind, not so much. Several hours later, the fear faded. What followed was pure clarity and joy. The world was as newly created. All my senses vibrated in a condition of highest sensitivity. Bicycle Day. How the 19th of April became a holiday. Hofmann's bicycle ride became so epic that the 19th of April is known in psychedelic culture as Bicycle Day. Though unofficial, it's deeply meaningful for those into psychedelics or who enjoy quirky celebrations. Each year, the trip community marks the date with parties, raves, and bike rides in mushroom costumes. The mark LSD left on history. LSD left a vivid imprint on science, psychiatry, and culture. Sandoz distributed it to psychiatrists, and in the 1950s, 60s, it was studied as a treatment for depression, addiction, and PTSD. Psychotherapists saw it as a key to the subconscious, hippies as a path to cosmic love, and the Beatles as inspiration for writing Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. It became a symbol of the counterculture and search for inner freedom. Despite decades of prohibition, interest never faded. Today, LSD is having a scientific renaissance as a therapeutic tool. LSD, through the eyes of someone who truly knew what it was. Hofmann never saw LSD as a party drug. The irony of fate is that he unwillingly became the father of the entire psychedelic culture, a kind of godfather of hallucinations. Others used LSD to chase aliens and visuals, but to him, it was a tool, a key to deeper perception and self-understanding. He used it to talk to his own soul, ideally in silence, with a notebook in hand. After his first trip, that legendary bike ride to hell and back, he was completely shocked to learn that people were taking LSD on purpose, for fun. His reaction? Are you serious? Voluntarily? To explain to the world what LSD really is, Hofmann wrote a book with a telling title, LSD, My Problem Child. He described the molecule as brilliant but difficult, like a child who ran away to a rave at 15 and made friends with hippies. Hofmann wanted LSD back in labs and journals, believing it could heal. Not a ticket to Wonderland, but a compass for the mind. He used it in controlled settings, even in old age, seeing it as transcendent. He hoped people would stop using psychedelics to escape reality and start using them to understand it. Hofmann's story reminds us, even in a sterile lab, miracles are possible, or horrors, often both. So, if you see people in mushroom costumes biking on the 19th of April, just smile. They're celebrating the day humanity first looked inside itself.
Do you still think LSD is your problem child?
In some respects, yes, but it is changing from problem child again to wonder child, as it was at the very beginning.